Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, World Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about, in my opinion, one of the most useless tanks in the game, the Boschation 25-ton Avenir. This is a really cool looking tank, because it's literally the tier 10 Batchat thrown down in tier 9 with a cool legendary camo. I like the look. And the playstyle on the tank is pretty cool as well. It has a decent amount of penetration and a very fast dumping time because it only features a 2.4 second interclip. The problem arrives when you see the 3.6 second aiming time tagged along with some of the worst on-movement dispersion values in the game. And when you have the Tech Tree Batchat, which features Spall Liner, which the Collector does not, and the Tech Tree Batchat also features Shell Reload Boost with a faster aiming time and better base dispersion, it really makes you question why you would ever drive the Avenir when the Tech Tree exists. And that's where we break into the point of today's video. The Avenir, at least in my eyes, is the most useless clan reward vehicle and one of the most useless collectors in the game. Even some of the goofy collectors, which I think are trash, like the Vindicator, have an argument to why they are more useful than, let's say, something like an SU-152. Because the Vindicator is a big ol' heat shield on the front, which can literally troll a lot of people, and because of that, it can be kind of goofy to play. Plus, it's down at tier 7, so it's usually not that much gold to pick up. But the Boschation Avenir is a vehicle that you can only get through clan rewards. And in other words, every 4 to 5 months, Wargaming brings out some sort of clan event with a new vehicle, and sometimes allow you to purchase old ones. And, well, that's where the Avenir showed up. And, yeah, I don't see any world where you'd want to pick up a tank that's literally worse than its Tech Tree counterpart when you could get a Waffenträger Ritter or a 50 TP prototype, which are both amazing tanks, and I would say the Waffle is equally as good, if not better, than its Tech Tree counterpart, but the great thing is that it's better in a different way. The Waffle Tech Tree is mainly known for the 150 centimeter gun it features, but this gun, man, it's just, you can see the on-movement dispersion. Even after shot dispersion is pretty mid on this vehicle, although I think we did hit one shell on the enemy Leopard 1. Point being, the gun on this tank is just mid. Where, like, if you look at the Waffenträger Ritter, the gun's amazing, but it doesn't make the Tech Tree useless either, which is actually pretty nice. Wargaming did a decent job balancing that tank. So we have the Leopard, and we have the 113. And if that's the case, we're going to try and flank, because I think that's going to be the best play here. We can see the 268 in the back, actually. Wonder if we can hit that 268. We did actually hit him once, which is a little surprising, actually. 114's in mid. Alright, well, they have a Jagdtiger unspotted, and if he goes over here, then whatever. There's not much I could have done to have predicted that. We see the 268. We're just going to flank, like, fully... Ah, there he is. Why would you play a Jagdtiger there, bruh? Like, why? Why would you do that? There's one, there's two, and... Well, we're not going to be able to get the third out, but we still took 600 health off of his vehicle. Do you see this on-movement dispersion, by the way? It's pretty bad. Alright, well, also sorry if I'm, like, on the verge of coughing. I don't know why today, but my sickness has, like, come back. And it's kind of bad. Oh, there's the Jagdtiger. I don't think we're spotted. No, we're not. Don't really want to... Okay, he shot. Yep, there's one. There's one. And... Okay, well, I mean, we still won the trade at least, so that's something, right? I'm glad that we also had a bit of support, but we didn't really need the support. Okay, well... Let's head over towards mid. This is not looking good from our team. Like, this is looking like a big ol' loss right now. IS-7's gonna push right past the E4. He's gonna die. And there's legit nothing I can do about that. There's one. There's two. And there's three. Oh, but he had the shell, of course he did. I thought the IS-7 had shot, to be completely honest. Like, I really did. But turns out he hadn't shot. Alright, well. Oh well. This game was really unwinnable. I was put in a tank that is decent, but our team didn't... I mean, you're in a concept, bro, and you didn't go mid on Canyon. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? How do you drive a concept, but you don't understand that going mid on Canyon is, like, the must-play move? Like, I feel like that's pretty common sense, bro. Well, we get out a nice little chunk of damage into the enemy IS-7, and now we reload. I mean, we've done decent damage, actually. We can see the E50. We can see a lot of tanks, and I can see what's going to happen to my teammate here. There's 1 shell into you, 2 shells into you, 3 shells. There you go. Pretty good stuff. And now, well, I guess we can try and leave. I don't think that 114, no, he's definitely not going to have the shot on me. So I'm just going to pretend like we're leaving. And what I think the best play here is to actually go all the way into this back bush like so. Finish off the enemy leopard. There you go. Actually not spotted. Interesting. Alright, well. I mean, we're gonna die. There's not much I can do about that, right? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, well, there's the 50. There's 1 shell. 2 shells. Unfortunately, it's not gonna matter because we still have to wait 8 seconds for our reload. And at that point, the enemy E50 is probably just gonna kill me. Let's just reload. Yeah, the E50 hit me. I really didn't think he was going to, but didn't matter. I mean, the Balchation Avenir did fine this game, but the tech tree probably would have done better. What's really sad is that if I had reloaded my clip, I thought that the 114 was going to poke us from the front. And if I had reloaded my clip, we probably would have been able to kill that E50. But at the end of the day, I mean, that really wasn't our fault. 5,182 damage, and, I mean, look at our TVP, bruh. Honestly, if our Concept 1B had just driven his heavy to the hull downhill in mid, we would have been completely fine. But, oh well, there's not much you can do about bad players. So now we arrive to the Balchation tech tree, the 25-ton AP. We're going to compare what we just had in the Avenir to the tech tree. And we're going to see the difference between these two tanks in terms of playstyle, how the gun feels, and my overall opinion on the two. But what I can tell you for a fact is that really the Avenir just is kind of pointless. I know you were watching that gameplay and you're like, wow, the tank did really good. And it did do pretty good. But there were definitely some shots there that if I had hit, could have really helped the game in the end. But due to the kind of wonky on-movement dispersion and the amount of time I have to sit still to get out some of the shells, definitely makes life a little bit goofy. So we are going to make our way to the mid-hill. At the end of the day, that's really where you want to put any lightly armored vehicle. Now with Spaliner, it means that we don't need to worry at all about high explosive, really. And by the way, this tank also has quite good armor for a light tank. It's surprisingly good, so you don't need to worry too much about being penned with high explosive to begin with. They do have 2 mediums. They have an AMX 1390 and an AMX 30 Proto, so it's not like they don't have mobility. We have nobody supporting me because our FCM decided that he's a heavy tank. Oh boy. But we do have the Astron over here. And the Astron... Oh. What the heck is the enemy team doing, brah? Alright, well... Let's move up over here, I guess. And I'm not able to hit the 95. But if he continues, I probably will be able to. We'll see. I don't know what to do here. I want to help out the Astron, but I really can't, you know? Because this enemy lineup makes literally 0 sense. Alright, let's put on our shell reload boost. There's 1, 2, 3. There you go. I mean, that's insane right there. What we just did to that AMX 30 is pretty insane when you think about it. And the Astron actually gets the clear, which is kind of huge. I'm going to give the Astron credit. Like, he YOLO'd in like a doofus, but at least he got the clear, which does put me in a much better situation. Especially with that T95 literally being over there. He's screwing his team, because now it means I can ignore that entire flank of the map, make my way over to the heavy side, and just kind of push them. I don't know why our team is playing like such wimps over here, when we have such a clear advantage. I mean, Yeah, what are they even scared of, bruh? I'm so confused. Oh no, what will I ever do? Well, I'm gonna bleed some health and do what my team should have done a long time ago. There's one shell into the Luva, two shells into the Luva, and let's back up. He's dead. Yeah, I don't know why our team had such a hard time doing this themselves. Like, I shouldn't have to be the one making this plane a light, but there you go. It worked, and it worked pretty well. Alright, let's aim it on the 1390. There's one shell into his tank, and two shells into his tank. Do you see how much more accurate this gun feels than the Avenirs? I mean, yeah, we're not going to get 5,000 damage this game, but that's not really my tank's fault. It's more just the fact we literally don't have a game that's going to allow us to deal that much damage. But it's undisputable how much better this gun feels while driving. Like, the dispersion on move from this tank is multiple times better. That was really sad, I'm not gonna lie. You know what, though? We made up for it, because we lit him on fire, which did, about the same as our clip normally would have, so I guess I can't get too mad. Either way, I think my point stands. The Tech Tree Bat Chat is multiple times better in terms of on-movement dispersion and accuracy in general. And when you pair that with the fact that this vehicle has spall liner, the fact that it has better armor in general, and the fact that this vehicle features shell reload boost, meaning that you can get out your shells even faster than the Avenir, it really just makes you question why anybody would ever pick this tank up. I mean, I don't do bad in it. I have 3,000 average damage with 65 games, but my Tech Tree Bat Chat also has, well, actually only 3 games played, so I guess that doesn't really count. Either way, I think you understand my point of view. I really like both tanks, but I just don't advise anybody to pick up this light if you don't have the Ritter or the 50 TP in the future. So let me know what you guys think, and as always, if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.